Hello, my stamping friends. It's Margaret with Margaret Stamping Studio, and I'm here today with my Playing in the Rain class in a flash. This class features the most adorable stamp set dies in designer paper. It's called Playing in the Rain, and of course, you can see the cute cards we're making today. Um, the one of the neat things about this is that the dies will cut out your critters, but there's also a lot of extras. There's a kite, there's a tree stump, there's butterflies, the extra pieces for the kite. You can see I've had it out and playing. There's a bridge, an umbrella. Well, that actually cuts out our little umbrella there. So there's that, but the dies will also cut out the critters on this sheet of the designer paper. So it'll cut out the bunny and the fox and the turtle, which is that just makes life so easy, especially if you have a quick card you're needing to create. So I'll go ahead and quick show you these papers. The reverse side of that is this beautiful flirty flamingo in white stripes. And we have the umbrellas, and I don't know if you can see, yep, you can see the shine. So they actually do have a clear, shiny coat on some of these. And this is a really fun, bright, obviously very bright, floral design. And I'll show you a card I used with that after I show you these cards, because it's not one of the ones we're creating today. It's just an extra. This fun scenery, and then it has a nice checkerboard. These are different characters. Of course, it's the same turtle, but these are smaller. So these you'll have to fussy cut. But oh my gosh, isn't that pig just so adorable? And the little dog, they just make me giggle. I love them. And then here we have a neat little raindrop pattern. Here's some more rain, and this, as you can see, the shimmer and shine on that. And this blue also, this one's a little bit lighter, a little happier feel to it, I guess. The reverse side is this neat little floor pattern, and the reverse of this one is a nice watercolor with ink, like white splotches. So super pretty, very fun. Definitely can get a lot of use, a lot of different things you can do with those. And let me show, I think I do have a few little die cuts in here. Yep, there's the bridge and both the white and brown, a tree stump, some of the grasses, and then, of course, the little kite, which is fun. This took me a couple turns to figure out how that went on there, but you just glue that down, and then of course there's little bows for the tail. So that is super, super fun. Yes, I've got all my stamps are still on blocks for that because I just couldn't stop playing with it. But let's get started on our cards for today. We'll start with the fox. Now I have gone ahead and pre-colored all the critters because that did take me a bit of time, not a lot of time, but you know, I'm sure you don't want to sit and watch me color for, you know, gobs of time on end. But what I did for his muzzle and his tail, I ended up using the ivory stamping blend, and I thought that was really pretty. It gave it a little more color than just white. I used Cajun Craze for his fur, Daffodil for his hat and coat, and Flirty Flamingo for his umbrella. It could be a girl. I don't know. I'm calling him a him, though. All right, so this is a really easy card to put together. Unfortunately, I'm going to be covering up that little pig, but it's okay. So, and I did choose to use this. No, I have a hard time cutting out the critters. I don't, because I don't want to waste all this extra, but I mean, you could cut out the puddles and stuff, so it really isn't wasting it. But then again, I don't like cutting the animals apart either, so this was a little hard for me to cut this paper up because it's so cute. Normally I just sit and stare at them and say, oh, you're so cute. But I did it. I cut it, and it's adorable, and I'm glad I did. So maybe that'll get me to start cutting more of my papers that have cute animals on them. All right, here's just a slight little angle on the bottom of this mango piece, and I embossed it. I forgot to mention there is a raindrop embossing folder that coordinates with this product suite. All right, and then for this square, I felt it needed a little something. At first, I just had it plain. So what I did is I took the cloud image, and I just stamped it one time. Very easy. And that gave it just enough interest back there. Go ahead, and then for the verse, hopefully I can get this on my little strip here easily. I made sure to have a nice and long strip, and you'll have nice long strips in your when in your kits. When you place a $35 order, you'll get a card kit from me to recreate these cards. Now you won't have stamped images, so you'll hopefully you already have the set because it's adorable. And if not, you can substitute other stamp sets. And if you do, I would love to see what you create, because that's one of the fun things is seeing what people do. Love seeing everyone's creations. Okay, so actually that worked. Now I really am not using a lot of dimensionals on these cards. I guess I just wasn't feeling it. There we go. I'm just making sure that is straight, and then I'm just using dimensionals on our little foxy fox here. And we'll just put them here, slightly overlapping the label. There, isn't that cute? But you can see when I did color, I used the dark to highlight the lines and his eyes and his little hair tufts with the darker shades of the flamingo and Cajun, and then I went back over with the light color. So there is our first card. Rainy days are better with you. So cute. Our second card, well, it's another rainy days are better with you. I love that saying, and that can just be any day greeting in my book. I don't think someone has to be having a hard time to get this greeting. I think it's just, oh, you're such an awesome friend. Here's a cute card for you. All right, so this one I did want to point out, and I'll show you. I'll have to do the little trimming. The dies for the bunny only cuts out the bunny himself and not the stamped puddle, which in my view is awesome because it makes it a much more versatile, because you can do this bunny for Easter. Now you can tell I colored this before I cut it out. And that way, you know, he's just a happy little hoppy bunny and not just one that's having fun splashing in the puddles all the time. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking, so you see I cut it out, and what I'm doing is I'm just going around the puddle, and I'm just fussy cutting that. And then I'm going to end up taping it back together, which I forgot to bring my tape over. That's all right. I'll be able to glue it down. They fit. The foot fits right back in that piece like a puzzle, so it's no big deal. And I don't think that that's a distraction either. I don't know if you can see on my original. You can kind of see where the little cut is, but I don't think it looks bad. I think it looks just fine. Oops. All right, so I'm going to first lay down my umbrella print. This is the back side with those really bright mango floral. Let's set that down. Originally, I was going to put that straight, and then when I accidentally, moved and my pieces all shifted before I glued it down, and it tilted this sideways. Ooh, I really like that. So I'll do this one straight, and then we can decide what we like better. Because normally I like my things straight. Sometimes I have a hard time with angles, but let's go ahead. We'll put this one straight. And we'll see what I like best. Alright, so we want to make sure we put the bunny far enough over so we have room for him to have his umbrella, so that looks like a good spot. Just put stamp and seal on the back of that. Did I say was that? Yep, that was good. And now a little bit of adhesive on the back of the big puddle here. And see how that just fits right together beautifully. Now here is a second tiny little puddle. So that's a stamped image, and then there is a die cut for it. And we'll put that down, hanging it over that way. Now I've got a little label die here. This is from the Stylish Shapes dies. And this die set has circles, squares, and then these banners. And they all have these little stitched dots. This is one of my most used die sets. So put some adhesive back there. And this is actually a little strip from our little banner here that I cut off. And I'm like, oh, that is just perfect. Oops, I shouldn't put adhesive on there. It'll just stick to my finger for a bit. No problem. There you go. We're going to dovetail the ends of this. Try to make it even. This way. That side's a little longer. Oh, probably shouldn't have done that. I should have just left it. Oh well. Try one more time. I like an even amount of pink on either side. There we go. And we'll put this up in the upper right corner. Here we go. That looks pretty straight. Oh, and I forgot to add. So when you place your $35 order, I'm sure you all know by now that I will send you a card kit to make these cards. If your product order reaches $50, I will send you also a pack of these matte black dots. I didn't think the other card with the fox needed them, but this one I think needs a few little dots. Ooh, and I almost forgot to attach her umbrella. Let's go here, and then I'm going to shift this one over here. Not that it really matters. Just remember, an odd number is always more appeasing to the eye, so that's why I went with 3. And this one needs to come down. Oh, but sometimes with these dots, it's going to stay there. The adhesive sticks so well to the paper that my dot came off it. So it's just going to stay right there. It's cute. All good. So there is our second card. Yeah, I definitely like the dots. I didn't put any on that one either. Super cute. Okay, now our final card is with this adorable turtle. It's so cute. And what I did, I don't know if you remember this paper, it had a lot of sky up at the top and then the flowers at the bottom. And the clouds in the sky are actually have that glossy finish. So I didn't want to cover that up. So what we're doing is we're making two cards that are similar, but not quite the same. So you will get one of this and one with a blue base. So you'll actually have two slightly different cards. And again, for the banner or strip of DSP for our little banners down here, I'm actually just using the excess of this designer paper. When I cut it down, you have, you know how you always have those little scraps. So I'm using up all of this designer paper. It's too cute not to. So I've got a little black layer there. I'll put my designer paper on. And then, here we go. Put that down. I already have my turtle cut and colored, and he's just using Old Olive, random here, Cajun Craze for the center of the flower, and I picked that up from there, and Daffodil Delight for his shell and both sections of the shell. Here's another one of those stylish stitched shapes. I cannot say that fast. I can barely say it slow. But again, great die set. And I'm just stamping Oh Happy Day, which is the other verse in the stamp set, which is too cute. Perfect for a hopping bunny also. And then let's see, here we go. Then we also need some flowers. And I'm just going to stamp these at the bottom of the circle here. I take the crushed curry. I did not, you do get to see me color just a little bit today. Aren't you lucky? So here's just a touch of Old Olive for the leaves. We need to have just this little bit of color down here. I didn't want to color the excuse me, the flowers yellow on this card because I just felt it was too much. This one, I could still go ahead and color those yellow on this card. Let's see. Nah, I think we'll stick with them being white. All right, so let's go ahead and we'll glue the circle down first. We want to make sure we have about a finger width of space from the fold, and that way we'll still have a nice amount of room for our turtle. I will, let's see, just to make sure, let me go ahead and do that. That's not adhered or anything, it's just loose on there. Just want to make sure our turtle's got plenty of room. Yep. All right, so we've got that glued down flat. Next, we'll go our designer paper. Oh, I forgot to cut it. I just did very slight angled cuts. Make sure you can see me do that. Going from the bottom up at an angle to the top. So they're angled to the left. Just had to figure out how to say that. All right, and then the same with, we've got a little mango cardstock piece here. Go ahead and we'll cut that. Okay, I'm going to put that up a little higher so we can see more of those flowers poking through. And I'm going to add, I love this black and white gingham ribbon. It's so cute. We're going to add just a couple inches of that. Now here, I'm just adding, I probably wouldn't normally use glue dots for this, but I didn't bring any over to my filming station. So, a little bit of adhesive. Oh, wrong way. I wanted to make sure my angles are all going the same way, because that's just how I feel like doing it today. Sometimes I have them going opposite, sometimes I have them dovetail. It's just whatever floats my boat at the moment. Okay, so our little turtle here has dimensionals. I'm going to have him standing on the ribbon because I think that's cute. And then I'm going to add some of these, and I'm going to go with 3 big ones up here in this corner. Just to kind of balance it out. There's so much going on down there to the left. I think that we need a little something up there. So that is that card done. And so now we've got the 2 different versions. They're both super cute. I'm not sure which I like better. And same here for the bunny. And I forgot to tell you, I just used light crumb cake for the bunny on this card. Yeah, I don't know which I like better. Those are both, I don't have a favorite. Don't have a favorite. And then of course that guy is just too cute. Now I want to show you real quick. Here's what I did with the strips that I had left over from the back side of this umbrella. You know, I had all these angled cuts pieces left, and I thought about doing one of these starburst or sunburst things, but I didn't quite have enough strips for that. So I'm like, oh, well, I just laid them on I don't know, 2.5 inch strip of paper, and I spaced them out so I had a little bit of white in between, and then I made that neat little focal strip back here. So that was fun. And then this one, just because I love that fox, and I thought that was cute. To make my Oh Happy Day, that actually is just basic white. And then I used the Daffodil Delight Stampin' Blends to color it a sun. So the sun's starting to come out, and it matches, it coordinates with his coat and hat. So those are the 2 extra. I'll have these on Facebook and with dimensions for those, because those were just too cute. So I was having a lot of fun with this set, and I still have other ideas in my head that I haven't made yet. So anyway, I sure hope that you've enjoyed these cards. And if you want that kit, just go ahead over and make sure you use my host code 9DTAACZ3. Thanks so much, and we'll stamp again with you soon. Bye.